And now for my second idea, I thought about creating a live action animated hybrid stop motion style music video with the main choice of song not already featuring an official video. And growing up, I've always been fascinated by the different styles of stop motion, including claymation, cutout, puppetry, pixelation and silhouette. And I've been inspired by a couple stop motion music videos. One of the first being Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel. This was actually one of the first music videos I remember watching when I was really young. I was completely captivated by all the visuals, and I really liked the mix of live action and animation. Like the claymation I think is really good, and it was actually done by Aardman, who are known for Wallace and Gromit. I also really like the music video for Snowman by Sia, and this one is a little bit more simplistic because it doesn't have a lot of like live action elements. Most of it is animated, and I really like the setting and how everything is sort of like done with clay, which I think is really cool. And In Your Arms by Keena Grannis I think is a very interesting music video because it was actually created through the use of multiple jelly beans, and it was the only asset that was used to create all the different objects. And it reminds me a little bit of Sledgehammer by Peter Gabriel because you have Keena Grannis interacting with the animated world around her. So for research, I plan to look into different stop motion music videos, including ones I'm already familiar with, and I would analyse how each of them differ in animation style, how they use colour and how they tell any of their stories through their visuals. And while I haven't decided on what song I will use yet, I also plan to research into different music songs that don't have an official video, so I can decide which one would be best fit for telling the story with it. And during previous units I've learned about the importance of colour scheme and how it helps to make my work visually appealing and create unique tones and backgrounds. And for my video I plan to create my own colour scheme, which I did for my cereal box in Unit 10, and I think it will be useful for planning out different elements and scenes in the final footage and to evoke certain emotions. And before I start officially filming, I plan to create a script for my video that details all the different elements I could include, how each scene will play out. And I would really like the final video to be roughly 4 to 5 minutes long, depending on the length of the song I end up choosing. And I feel like choosing a song without an official video creates a more innovative challenge, because I previously created a music video for Knee Socks by Arctic Monkeys for Unit 6 and 7, and I will also create a storyboard writing down the different scenes and different visual elements. So how will I film my music video? I plan to use the Stop Motion Studio app, which I have previously used for my other animation projects. And the reason I've chosen this app is because I've become familiar with its different features, and I would also like to utilise more features on the app that I haven't used before to further develop my stop motion skills and knowledge, such as composition guides, sound effects and brush tools. I feel like it's a chance to improve my stop motion skills and create more fluid and natural movements between frames. And here are some of the materials I could use. I'm thinking about using clay, cutouts, possibly real Lego, some felt tip pens and coloured backgrounds. And I've also thought about how I could utilise lighting a little bit more, which I feel like I didn't really do in my previous stop motion videos. But I feel like this is a chance to make it more like colourful with the lighting, like different colours. So I feel like each idea has different pros and cons. And for idea 1, I think it's different, something creative, and it's also short form, and it aligns with what I want to do. But unfortunately I feel like some of the cons are I still have very limited software knowledge. I also feel like it would be very time consuming, and it would involve a lot of research, which would make it really challenging. And for idea 2, I feel like there's more pros than cons for the music video idea. I think it would be very imaginative, especially like with the mix of live action and animation. And it's also short form, it also aligns with what I want to do in the future, like when I want to become an animator. I've also demonstrated script writing and storyboarding in previous units, particularly with Unit 9, the Unit 9 Future City documentary. I also think I could experiment with different materials, you know, clay, cut out, all that stuff. I think it'd be visually engaging, and also because I have past experience using stop motion. And the only cons that I could think of that it would be also time consuming and would involve a lot of planning, but I'm willing to take that chance. Thank you for listening.
I don't know about you guys, but I thought both of those ideas were really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good fun.
Thank you.
Really well thought of as well. You've thought about each of the steps. There's a few holes, a few gaps that we need to make sure we plug. I thought your first idea was really exciting. I was really excited listening to that idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think one thing you didn't do, Connor, was talk about audience on either of them.
Yeah.
But I think I get the impression that you're going more towards idea 2.
Yeah.
But idea 1,
doable,
yeah. But idea 1 is a product that I think it would be unique. I think you've got an audience there. I think it would be timely. Certainly the trend right now, talking about AI and using that medium in order to present your message would be really interesting and engaging. To have finished late and then to throw this together, you've been thinking about these ideas for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because they seem quite well advanced.
I initially only had like the Lego documentary idea, but then I thought about like
Time and
the second idea would be stop motion, since I'm more experienced with that.
Okay. Does anybody want to ask Connor anything?
If you were to do the first one,
Yeah.
how much of it do you reckon would actually be like animated in Blender?
Most of it, but I think maybe there would be some stop motion elements.
Right.
Like with real Lego.
Okay. How
Shot
achievable
camera.
do you reckon that would be, like if you were to like animate, you know, with all the time like to animate it and stuff?
I think it would probably take a long while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think you looked into it quite a bit, so into bricks, that looks fantastic. That looks like a really good,
It's a good site, yeah.
really
I
good
really
site
like it,
to
yeah.
use. I do think that your idea 1 would be too advanced at this stage.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to say that. Actually, to the point where I'm a bit gutted that.
I was leaning towards the second idea before I pitched,
Yeah.
because I was thinking I think that's more doable because I've done stop motion in the past, and I feel like I have very limited knowledge regarding like After Effects, Blender, or 3D software. So I feel like stop motion would be more doable.
I would say-
at this stage. Yeah.
I would say that if you had been given the full time,
Yeah.
then I would say I'd be really interested to see where idea 1 went.
Yeah.
I think idea 2 is certainly more doable. It's just making sure that you use the design cycle. The idea for FMP is that it stretches you.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it stretches you in idea 2. The only thing I would say is, because you've got experience of using the app and doing stop motion, I would like to see something really polished from you. So when you're saying 4 to 5 minutes, I would try and get you to think of just using the 3.5 minutes of the song. Again, if you're using a song that's 4 or 5 minutes long,
Yeah.
trim it down. I don't think you've got, time is not your friend, and you've got quite a bit of research. I reckon you've got at least a week of research to do, and then you're cutting your time down. Obviously we've still got Easter holidays.
Yeah.
I think that you aim that in that Easter holiday that you try and get all of the pre-production done in the first week, and then you're actually making something the second week.
Yeah.
In my mind, you need to think about who your audience is and why you're doing it. So it could be that you're trying to make this for a festival, or you're trying to put it forward for an alternative music video application or something. I'm just trying to think where you could go with it. Look at existing, like you've said, stop motion music videos. What's been successful? What was the feedback from them? What was the reviews? How many hits have they had on social media, like YouTube and all that sort of thing? I'm a bit gutted, really. I would really love to see the first idea come to life.
Yeah.
So things that we need to look for are I thought your clarity and coherence of your ideas were great.
Thank you.
Really considered, comprehensive outline of the project goals and intentions. They were. I wasn't fully sure what the idea one was going to turn into and how long it was going to be. You only said that for the second idea. You did tell me what the message was for the first one, but not so much the second one. But you haven't chosen your song. That would be something that I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah.
Is the song choice. Target audience needs to be talked about, so that's something that I'll be speaking to you in the one-to-one.
Yeah.
Visual style, it seems pretty clear, but I think you need to be really narrow down what you're thinking. Look at 3 or 4 different music videos that have used that. Look at Arvin, look at what any other stop motion that you think would be suitable, and then come down to what you want to do in terms of the kind of filming of it, the recording.
Yeah.
The big thing that I would say to you is your audience is in front of you, so don't turn around and look at the screen and read it. You should make notes.
Yeah.
So in terms of, if you were speaking to a board and you're looking to get commissioned, they would be thinking, why is that guy just turned around and showed us his back? Right, so don't do that. Think about where you're going to put it. That's another big thing, is distribution and feedback. Where do you see this going? Do you, again, it would be YouTube, but there might be an area or a group of people that would be really interested in seeing something like this. It was formal, it was engaging. Your delivery could have been a bit more personable, but your clarity and clear knowledge about what you're talking about was evident, so that was positive. I really don't know what to say to you other than both the ideas were great. Second idea is more likely to be achievable.
Yeah.
What do you think you want to do?
Yeah, the second idea.
Do you think that that's most likely the best option?
Yeah.
Well done, Colin. Second idea.
Cool.
What do you propose?